There is no protocol for this.
All right, well, welcome back, everybody. This is No Protocol for This. I'm Nate,
And I'm Allie.
and we're here with another episode.
Yay.
We still need to get that clapping applause
Yeah,
thing.
I got it in the meantime.
Yeah. Well, I think we're going to start this off with a little fun thing I like to do with Allie. This isn't like a regular thing, but I just started doing this. And it is fun facts for the week. She kind of she kind of goes off of, maybe some, like, hints that I give her, but I try to do, like, it's one for each day. So, like, things in history that happened, right?
And
Fun
I'm
facts.
horrible with history, so this isn't fair to me whatsoever. So most of the time I just listen to you say them and I'm like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah, but it's hilarious to listen to your banter. Okay, so what do we got, like, Monday through Friday coming up this week?
Every week. Yeah.
And we're coming up on March, right? March will be the end of this week?
Well,
March the end of next week?
I don't have a calendar in front of me, but this coming week is the last week of February.
Yeah, I actually wanna bring this up. When do you start your weeks?
Sunday.
Does Sunday's on the calendar, right?
Yeah, I mean, I guess I my work like our work week is Sunday to Saturday,
Yeah.
but yeah, most calendars are Sunday to Saturday. I guess in every other form, it's Monday starts the week
Isn't that really strange,
because
though? 'Cause
Sunday is the weekend, the end
right.
of the week.
Yeah,
But
the
most
end of the
calendars
week.
started on Sunday, and like my work week is Sunday to Saturday.
Yeah, that's just always so strange to me. I
Yeah,
always look at a calendar. Any
hit
hoozles.
me with your facts. What you
Yep,
got?
any hoozles. Monday, February 23rd. In 1954, the first mass-produced polio vaccine was administered in the US.
Wow,
Wow, that one wasn't really that fun.
no,
That wasn't that fun. In 2005, YouTube uploaded the first ever video. Can you guess what it was called?
no.
Think of, like, something you go do, um, and you get to see, like, exotic animals.
The zoo?
Yeah, it was called Me at the Zoo.
Wow.
What's the name of the YouTube? Alright, Tuesday. Uh, ooh, uh, r
This is like fun fact trivia,
yeah, it
not just
is.
fun
I know,
facts.
hold on. In 1989, the world got the first GPS satellite system fully operational. That's pretty wild.
That is pretty wild. I was waiting for a question. I was like, "You
Yeah.
okay?"
Uh, ooh, here's a good one. It's a national, celebration day, and, guess.
Well, that's all I get.
That's all you get.
National Celebration
Yeah,
Day?
National Celebration Day.
Like National Donut Day type thing?
W
What do you mean?
yeah, kinda like that, kinda like
Oh,
that.
you know how many national every day's a national
Alright,
something.
it 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 doesn't directly deal with the company mission, but it's that style of company. What does mission make?
Mission?
Yeah.
Like chips?
Yeah, there you go, it's a National Chip Day.
Wow.
Yeah.
Fun fact.
Wednesday, February 25th. In 1964, Muhammad Ali became heavyweight champion at the age of 22.
That's awesome.
I dig that one. I dig that one.
You've said all of them are
No,
interesting.
I like this one the most because of today's episode.
Oh,
It
okay.
deals with a lot of motivation
Gotcha.
and, becoming a champion of your own self.
Okay.
Yeah. Thursday, February 26th. In 1930, Johnny Cash was born.
Aw.
Yeah. He fell out of a burning ring of fire. Straight into a
Good
hospital.
old Johnny Cash.
Good old Johnny C. JC,
When was June
not
Carter
Jesus
born?
Christ, but JC. What was that?
Not JC Penney's. I said
Not
when was June well, JC could be June Carter.
June Carter. I don't
My
think
voice
so.
has been cutting out a lot today.
Yeah, you have been. Okay, Friday, we'll get to Friday, Saturday, and Sunday real quick here. In 1827, Mardi Gras was first celebrated in New Orleans. Saturday, February 28th, the ice pick lobotomy was first performed in the US in
Nice.
1946. People were getting lobotomized
Lobotomized.
on on February 28th for the first time. It was mind-blowing. or my
Ha, ha, ha.
I was trying to, like, think of one that would, like, go it was mind bending, it was mind breaking, it was a brain tickler. In March 1st in 1879, the first telephone was installed in the White House.
Very cool.
Yeah, very, very cool.
I think when you do your fun facts, you should do, like, look at them for the week and pick your top 3.
Yeah, I think,
Some of them were just kinda like, "Meh."
yeah, we'll trim them down. I didn't read through these, and I was very worried that ChatGPT was gonna, like, lay a
Chat what?
ChatGPT?
What are you saying?
ChatGPT.
Sound like you're saying GBT.
Oh, ChatGPT. Um, like, they were gonna lay, like, a bad one on me.
Oh, there were a
Like,
few.
something that I was gonna stop and be like, "Ah, we're gonna skip that one,"
Oh,
kind of a thing.
not a super fun
Not the
fact.
best fun fact, would have been.
Well, thank you for those. I
Yeah,
learned something today.
fun
I
fact
may never remember any of that, but
fun fact Wednesday. By the time this comes out, you guys will be like, "Well, I kinda missed Monday, Tuesday."
mm,
And who knows if anybody's actually listening to Wednesday first thing in the morning, so you
they're
never
just
know.
fun facts for the week.
They're fun facts for the week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But this week, we're actually I mean, we kind of talked a little bit at the end of our last episode about what we should talk about this episode, because I think we've made a lot of references to your life changing recently, even from, like, episode 1 where we're like, "Oh, well, I was doing this, but lately I'm at home."
Yeah.
And give the followers what they want.
Give the
Why are
followers
you at home now?
why am I
Why have you
oh,
been home
man.
since December middle and just before Christmas?
Oh, why did our lives change?
Yeah, so we talked about, like, things life slapping you in the face sometimes, and you
Yeah.
got a pretty decent slap to the face a couple months ago.
Yeah, life, slapped me in the face pretty hard on, the morning of December 22nd. Um, I'll just do a brief overview. I was driving with one of my really good friends I worked with, we do construction, and, we had started the day, um usually what we do is we, like, go to Shell, get a tank of gas, and then cruise out, but we had already had a full tank of gas from Friday,
Mhm.
and, we just headed off
Headed to your
and
job site.
headed off into the job site. We were gonna hit Home Depot before, and it was a typical morning. We were just sitting there bullshitting about the Baltimore Ravens and how poorly they were doing for the season. And, I think I was talking about how the Seahawks were gonna go to the Super Bowl and, um
Little friendly football banter.
yeah, I mean, he's a really good friend of mine. We have the same birthday. I've known him for, like, 5 years,
Yeah.
and I love him like a brother. He's super cool. But, we started coming around a corner and, we got into a head-on collision, um,
Quite
and
literally
yeah,
hit in the
uh,
face.
yeah. Quite literally hit in the face. I mean, we both had to be, extricated from the vehicle. He was in a little deeper than I was, but, yeah, we both got transported to the hospital. It was pretty bad. It was a pretty bad situation. When we
Yeah, I think more than a bad situation. Obviously, we won't go into too many details because it's all still happening, but
Yeah, we're still in the throes of it.
the thick of it.
Yeah. Oh, into the thick of
That's
it.
literally what went through my head just now. But I think the biggest thing is it very much so altered our life, your life more than anything.
Yeah,
It was the slap in the face that we were talking about in the last episode where life throws you curveballs or speed bumps, and
yeah.
how did it change? Like, what do you have to say about it? Like, how did it change your life and motivation? Because we talked about how staying motivated even when things happen out of the blue.
Yeah, so changed my life pretty drastically. I have this amazing woman next to me and 2 beautiful girls that kind of, helped me through, the beginning stages of it, but in the beginning, couldn't walk, very well, um, had some
Still
broken
not walking very
bones.
well.
Yeah, still
Yeah.
not walking very well, had some broken bones, stretched out ligaments, blown out root canals, not
Root
root
canals.
root canals,
You destroyed your teeth?
blown out root,
Why do you keep saying that? Blow nerves,
nerves.
spinal nerves.
Yeah, spinal nerves. Uh, bulging disc is what my
Blown out root
yeah.
canals.
Um, And so it was pretty drastic. I mean, coming from a guy who, like, literally doesn't stop, working,
And
putting
you were
in
working 2 jobs.
yeah, so I was putting in somewhere around 40 to 55 hours per week, uh, regularly at the
I would
construction
say that's
job,
just your 1 job,
and
not your
then,
firefighting.
I'm a firefighter as well, EMT firefighter, and, uh, it completely tore me out of my life.
Yeah.
It well, realistically, it seated me. It put me on my ass,
Yeah, I mean,
and it made
you're
me sit still.
you're what, 2 months out now, and you still have not been cleared to even start physical therapy?
Yeah,
So,
yeah,
definitely going from 2 very physical jobs to not even being allowed to do physical therapy
yeah.
kind of is a perspective that to give him maybe of, like,
Absolutely,
how
yeah.
much it's changed.
Yeah, so wasn't able to do physical therapy, started off not being able to walk, couldn't even walk up the stairs. Allie had to help me up. So slowly progressing, but it really, it got me into an emotional mental state that oddly enough, I just went through um, kind of an L&I workshop at the fire station about mental status and what injuries on the jobs can do, and it was I talked to this about this with the guys at the station just briefly, and was just like, how freaking ironic because 'cause I'm sitting there thinking, "Oh, I'm tough, I'll get through it, nothing no big deal, it's just a setback," and it was one of those things where I started slowly falling down this hole of not realizing how dark the mind can get, and
Mhm.
especially how, when you're incapacitated, like, that you feel as a man, and I know this is totally man thinking right now, but as a man, like, how you feel like you can't help out and you're not providing and um, you're not helping out and you're not giving any sort of, um any sort of yourself back to what every and you feel like everybody's doing things for you. And so you start getting in this kind of, mental state of being very kind of hard on yourself, down, thinking that things like aren't going to go and you're the way that you want it. You have all these goals, everything's shot down. Like your brain is going a mile a minute in 20 different directions and your body can't.
Yeah.
And so you're sitting there going through this spaghetti bowl of emotions where it's like you're sad, you're angry, you're like uplifted because oh, maybe I
You're
can
going
do
through all the
this.
stages of grief.
Yeah, it's all
Yeah.
the stages of grief. Yeah, that's what I was trying to get at is you're going through all the stages of grief. And I mean, even now it's like trying to pull myself back out of those things where I feel like and it's a spiral situation, you're sitting there going, oh my gosh, because I'm a volunteer firefighter, and my biggest thing was I wanted to become a career firefighter. I think for about 4 or 5 years, I've been trying to be a career firefighter, and
I would say, like, the most work, though, in the past year
yeah, yeah,
of, like, really
the
sitting down
most
and
push,
yeah.
yeah, was in the past year, and
And that's what I was gonna say too is, like, prior to this accident, this past year or the past year was, like, your biggest push and your biggest, like you were, school stuff for paramedics, you were, volunteering more hours, and you were learning more things, like, you had really grown as a firefighter,
yeah,
and at this point in your life where you're like, "Alright, I'm here now, like, now I'm gonna start interviewing for fire departments for career,"
yeah.
and then this happened, so
Well, I got into a stage where I felt like we were bouncing off each other with this whole relationship growing thing,
yeah.
where it was awesome, like, there was nothing that could stop us, and we just kept going and going and going and going, and I feel like that's when life kind of, like, smacks you, and it's like, "Haha," like, "No, um, guess again, I'm gonna
Yeah.
throw a curveball at you and see if you can swing at it," and lo and behold, it hit me right in the hip, like, and I had to walk to first base.
Yeah,
I got that's
or
it,
you had
you
to use
know?
your wheelchair.
Yeah, exactly. So,
But it's kinda wild to, like, obviously going through those stages of grief and going through those emotional roller coasters where I can only imagine coming from someone like we talked about the independence thing, where coming from someone else who's very independent, I couldn't imagine being having to sit every day
It's
and
hard.
go through that mental struggle of I was so close to accomplishing my goals and then I got knocked 20 feet back because now, excuse me, now it's a matter of when am I gonna be able to physically do anything anymore?
Yeah.
So, like, when are the doctors gonna clear me to physically do anything kind of
Yeah,
thing?
and if anybody's been through I mean, Washington State has L&I, so, like, if anybody's been through a workers' comp situation, they're sitting there, everything's a process,
Yeah.
and so you're sitting there waiting, trying to heal, waiting, trying to heal, waiting, and you feel like you're out of control, like, not, like, physically, like, out of control, but, like, you can't help yourself to get any better.
Yeah, you're literally at a hurry up and wait state
Yeah.
because even with things like waiting for doctor's appointments or scans or imaging, whatever, it's that process. And people have probably been through like prior authorizations, but with work comp, that prior authorization process is twice as long.
Yeah, it's
And so it is just hurry up and wait for an answer. And
yeah,
every time you moved on, it like to a doctor, it was like, well, now I need to go see this doctor.
yeah. It's like it all couldn't be just, like, in one little place, and they're like, "Alright, we're gonna fix you,"
Yeah.
kind of a thing, which I was super grateful for my friend because, he got pretty broken up, and he was immediately fixed, and now he goes through the process of healing, and
Yeah.
I was very grateful that he was able to do that, because he was one of my number 1 concerns. But my second my real number 1 concern is when I got home and I was by myself and then my family. How do I provide? How do I do all this?
Yeah.
And it was like, I can't do anything. And so it really got me into this idea of holding on to that stage of grief where you're kinda, like, seeing the light at the end of the tunnel because it comes and goes. So then you start trying different things. "Well, I'm home, so I guess I could start planning the wedding more," you
Yeah.
know?
Well, not but,
Like
like, that was, like, a catch-22 also
Yeah,
because it was, "Okay, now can you call these people? Can you help plan
yeah,
this? Can you help with this?" But then it was also, "Are we gonna be able to do our first dance at our wedding? Like, do we need to
right,
modify how we do that dance?" So,
right.
it was this weird and I can imagine for you, like, weird mental thing where it
Mhm.
was, "Okay, I am home more so I can help out more with the wedding planning."
Yeah.
But our wedding too is what we just talked about, like, just under 4 months now.
Yep.
So then it was a matter of like, well, what is the wedding gonna look like now? Because that's altered a little bit. So it had altered so many different aspects of your life or our life and
Yeah, it took
navigating through it.
you thought you were on this one path, and all of a sudden you're like, "Whoa, I don't even have the map to where I'm supposed to go now. Like,
Yeah.
I don't even know what the end of this even looks like, you know? And so navigating that is super hard. So when
Yeah.
you if anybody gets put in this situation, I understand what you're going through. And the one thing I can say is you can't when you go through something like this, you can't just you can't accept that what is going on is gonna be happening for the rest of your life.
Right. Because the
Like
second you accept that, you're accepting defeat.
right.
Right?
Because if you accept that I if I accepted I am what I am, and that is what I'm doomed to be,
Yeah.
I am doomed.
That's
Like,
your weakness then.
I'm screwed.
Yeah.
I am screwed. That is my biggest downfall.
I think we all our biggest weaknesses would be or not that we have them or everyone does this, but anybody who thinks that, like, where they're at is the best they can be, that's a weakness because
Yeah.
there's always something to learn. There's always room for improvement. Even if you're at the happiest part of your life, everything's going the way you wanted it,
Right.
there's something else to learn out there. Go achieve more too.
Mhm.
And some people
Mhm.
are happy with where they're at, but you were at a place where you were happy with where you were going
Yes.
and then got halted.
I knew where I was going.
You were so close to hitting that goal and then got knocked off that path
Yeah.
with something so unexpected. But also, I am so a person that says everything happens for a reason.
Yeah.
Even though this was something traumatic, like, even when I got that call, like, it was traumatic, there's been silver linings to it, and,
Yeah.
we there and I find a way to find one, so, I guess what have been your silver linings? Or, like, what have you how have you grown beyond the trauma?
Growing beyond the trauma, my silver linings, we kinda talked about this a few times because going, like, full 100% towards, like, my goals
Mhm.
was being a firefighter, but we started mapping out kind of different timelines on how academies would go, and we're like, "The wedding's right there."
Yeah.
Like, that's not gonna work, right?
Yep.
And I think the biggest thing was in my head, I've kinda had, like, call it an epiphany, maybe I dreamt it or something, but I had this idea that there was going to be a position that was offered to me, and I was going to take it, and that it was not gonna be the right place.
Right.
I was in the wrong place for the right reasons,
Mhm.
and that's not the place I
You
want
were
to
there because
be
you
in.
wanted to be a full-time fire or a career firefighter, but
Yeah,
that wasn't the, station for you.
exactly, and that it was just gonna interfere with the rest of my life,
Yeah.
and I think realistically, life, God, whatever we wanna call it, was like, "I'm trying to show you the way, and you're not listening,
Listening.
so I
Yeah.
need to put
So
you
here's your slap.
on your ass." Yeah,
Yeah.
I really need to put you on your ass and then make you figure this out.
Yeah.
And the silver linings, I mean, coolest thing that I think I never thought I was gonna get into was day trading. Like, I thought day trading I'm not good at it by any means, but I never realized how enthusiastic I could become, like, just trying to learn something, and then which sparked my interest in wanting to learn different things.
Yeah.
So I'm in here, like, learning. Like, people lose that excitement for learning, and kind of in the fire service, we always say, "If you know it all, like, there's the door," because
I think
you're
you've said that before.
constantly learning, and I've
Yeah.
said that before, and I'll say it again. And so I didn't lose the fact that I I didn't lose the fact that I know I'm always learning. I lost the love for learning.
For learning. Yeah.
And I think that really came within the 2 months of not being around anything to learn about, because I kinda just, like, wallowed and I had to
Well, yeah.
heal, and I just was
And 2
like,
months of just sitting at home, so it's kinda like, I need to find ways to entertain.
yeah, I
So
need to
what
find ways to
Yeah.
entertain, and so I just kind of started learning about
Yeah.
things. I got to be around my family more, so I not only learned maybe outlets that I could make money, but I also learned that I want to be around my girls and my lady more.
Yeah.
I wanna be more at the house. So, finding an opportunity that allows me to do that has been kinda like what my number 1 goals are when I do return back to work,
I
like,
think the silver lining would be that this has allowed you time to really reflect on yourself though
yeah,
too, right? Reflect on what you want and what you don't want out of life. And that's what like, you've signed up for classes because if you're gonna be sitting at home, you might as well be sitting at home learning like you just said,
yeah.
right? And if
So self-reflection, self-learning, really finding who I was as a person and just looking inward and outward, um, and seeing how I can become an impact on my life by doing something way different than what I thought I was gonna be doing for the rest of my life, you know?
yeah.
I thought, "Okay, this is it, one day I'll be career firefighter and be doing that," but I'm scaling back and I'm figuring out how to do more. I know there's probably a lot of career firefighters out there that are like, "Dude, I trade futures too." So,
Well,
they
but
do
yeah,
that
for
kinda
you,
stuff.
like, as a volunteer firefighter, easy for me to say,
Yeah.
and having a full-time job, like, when you said you were working 40 to 50 something hours a week, that was just your one job, and then at the fire station, you were there minimum 24 hours a week,
Right.
and so you were literally gone a lot, so it is nice to have you home more, but,
Yeah.
it would allow allows you to refocus, like, if, "Oh, can I learn day trading? Can I learn something new that allows me to be home more while I
Yeah.
still have my career or even volunteer firefighting?" Because schedule-wise, it's, you know, 24 it's days at a time that you're
Yeah, I
gone.
get to choose my own schedule
Yeah,
as
you
well as for
for a
volunteer,
volunteer,
which is
yeah.
nice, but
So
yeah.
but even if, like,
Because, I mean,
career-wise
at that service, I just particularly like giving.
yeah,
Like, my service is giving, and so, I mean, I don't even I would never ever if for the rest of my life, I was in a career volunteer or I mean, I was in a career firefighter, that's okay with me. Like, I will 100% always be
volunteer.
volunteer. If that's what God's plan was and that's all he wanted me to do, like, boom, you're done. Like,
Yeah.
that's great, you know, because I'm on this path of understanding myself and figuring out where I'm supposed to be going with everything.
Yeah.
So, for people out there, you may be driving the car, but you're on a road, you have no idea where the end of it is.
Right.
So,
I like
there's
how
gonna
you
be
used a
left
car
turns.
analogy in this.
Yeah, there's gonna be left turns, there's gonna be right turns, there's gonna be roundabouts, there's gonna be
Speed bumps,
speed bumps, all that kind of thing,
stop signs.
stop signs, and you don't know where the end of the path is.
No.
So, it's all about finding where you are in the present to figure that out,
Yeah.
because 'cause like you were saying, just trying new things. I'm not particularly good at, like, one thing, like, but
You're really good about being a firefighter.
I am really exactly. I'm really good about being passionate,
Yeah.
and my passion is firefight I always I always used to say this when I told people I was what where my passions were. I was like, "I have 2 passions, and they're both Fs." I said it's family and firefighting.
Yeah. And you're really good at both of those
And
things.
I'm and the biggest thing is the passion, like, where do you keep going with that passion?
Well, and I think that kinda goes back to what I was talking about with mine, of, like, all this hard work and all those speed bumps and the roadblocks
Mhm.
and the slaps in the face that you hit, it is so worth it at the end if it's what you're passionate about.
Yeah,
And that I think you become better at what you're like, there are things you're good at, like firefighting, for instance. You have grown so much in firefighting and EMT stuff.
yeah,
But it's probably because you have such a passion for it that your body and mind are willing to grow and learn in that aspect.
yeah,
And then there are a lot of things you are good at, but you've become better at that
yeah,
because of your passion behind it.
right. I think a lot of people go out and they find something that they can get good at,
Yeah.
and they just work in that environment, or they work for that money, you know? And which is kinda sad to me because I don't it took me a very, very long time to find that feeling where I was like, "Oh, this feeling is, like, actually achievable? Like,
Yeah.
this is weird."
Yeah.
And to know that you had that feeling, like, way long ago. Like, "This is where I wanna be. I know I'm supposed to be here." Like, nothing is going to fricking stop me from being right there
Yeah.
ever.
Everything
And
can try.
I remember coming in for the first day of academy and just getting smoked
Yeah.
because they're
'Cause you still had a lot of growing to do.
they're drilling you.
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Dude, I'm, like, 33 years old, like, um, this is easy, like, I work out, like, all of this stuff." I got my ass cooked, cooked so bad,
You
and
went in too cocky.
and I did,
Yeah.
and by the end of it, I was like, "Oh, this is awesome." But it wasn't until and some firefighters out there are probably gonna be like, "Dude, this guy's crazy," because a lot of firefighters like to chase fires, right?
Yeah.
That's, like, their big thing. They go into a, "Gotta get the first call," like, "Job town," like, "Here we go." And my biggest thing is and I love this because we kind of vibe on each other with it, is medical.
Yeah.
I love medical calls.
You like the paramedic EMT. You like the EMT side of it, which is why you've been looking at
Yeah,
paramedic school.
I
Yeah.
love the
But
medical
you
side.
also like the fire stuff too. You're just
Oh, yeah.
more passionate about the paramedic side of it.
Well, at the end I mean,
Mhm.
at the fighting a fire isn't just, like, point blank, black and white bullshit, but when you fight a fire, it's, like, pretty much like, "There's the fire, put water on it, make sure nobody's dying inside,
Yeah.
get them out," kind of a thing, make sure everything's structurally sound, save their property,
Yeah.
right? With medical, it's like, you wanna talk about different ways and
What's
avenues
potentially
things can
actually
go.
happening
Yeah,
here. I mean, fire could be like that too, like you said, but
yeah,
yeah, in the medicine world or the medical world, it's kinda like, "All right, chest pain. All right, there's a bunch of different things that could
right,
be causing this."
right.
Yeah, really having to figure it out per pa and every patient's different,
Yeah.
right?
So
Yeah.
it wasn't until, like, in when we were doing medical when we were doing EMT class, we could start doing ride-alongs,
Mhm.
and it wasn't until, like, one of my first or second ride-alongs where I was like, "What This is awesome. This is this is crazy, this call I'm on, 1, and then what we're doing on this call is whose house did I just walk into?
Yeah.
This is wild, and then all of a sudden, this is like, the outcome is we saved somebody's life. Like,
Yeah.
what? And it was because of a collective group of people that put their heads together with the leader, but with people that knew their job and then how to get things done. And I was like, "Oh my gosh," like a fire was lit up inside of me.
Yeah.
And the hard part was when I got into this accident, that fire, like, gone,
I don't
like, got taken out of me, like, smoke in the
But I think it got
house.
taken out. I don't think, like, the passion for firefighting and paramedic EMT stuff
No,
got taken away. I think it just, like, got smoldered in the sense of, "Is this gonna ruin my career?"
exactly. So that capability of being able to do what I wanted to do,
Right.
like something I was so passionate about.
But that passion is also
It's like a fire inside of somebody's house, and I'm gonna use this analogy because this is what fires do are pretty cool once they hit oxygen, is that fire dwindling. The house is full of smoke, somebody opens the door, and what's just starting to happen to me now is and I'm kinda seeing more light at the end of the
that
tunnel.
reignition.
Somebody opened that front door, boom, oxygen
Yeah.
is feeding that fire, and I'm sitting here going, "Oh my goodness," because I'm starting to find a routine, I'm starting to find, that pathway of
You're
that
finding a new
structure.
routine.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm finally finding my footing again, you know?
Finally finally.
Fin I I'm starting to find my footing.
Yeah.
So, it's been a hard struggle for sure.
I think that fire reigniting is part of what will drive your recovery also. Of like mental recovery, physical recovery too, because it gives you something again, that passion gives you something to strive for, to where when you do get cleared to go back, like, to physical work or
Yeah.
physical therapy even to start rehabilitating your body,
Right.
it's that fire of like, "Okay, therapist is telling me I can do this, it's safe to start doing this now. It hurts a little bit, but I'm gonna push through that little bit of pain."
Yeah.
Obviously, not too much because that's a sign to listen to your body,
Yeah.
but I'm
Yeah.
gonna push through the pain of
Exactly.
like, "Okay, this is aches and pains kinda thing so that I can get back to my passion."
Uh-huh. Yeah, it's been listening to your body is super huge.
Yeah.
Like, our values at the fire department are, safety, service, and self-discipline, and, like, safety is huge. Like, not only preventative, like you always tell me, "Stop doing that, otherwise you're not in 50 years, you're not gonna be able to, you know, go dance with me in line dancing," or something like that.
Yeah.
Who knows in 50 years I'll be able to go do that. I'll be 80, 85.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I'll be 85. I hope at 85 I'm putzing
Boot
around.
scooting.
Yeah, boot, scoot, and boogie.
Heck yeah.
Um, but listening to your body and doing, what you're capable of, but not pushing yourself too hard because
Mhm.
I do wanna get to that point where I can get back to what I love,
Yeah.
you know? And pushing yourself beyond your limits, what you're capable of right now, is great when you're in full health. When you're in full health and you're going balls to the wall, full max, and you're finding a ceiling and you're breaking through it, that's great.
Yeah.
But when you're healing and recovering, you need to listen to yourself, you need to listen to your body, you need to listen to your mental status, and you need to evaluate and keep running that cycle. Keep pushing yourself forward. If you don't stop and listen, you're gonna get too far.
Well, and it can be hard too because that mental and physical part can be fighting each other.
Mhm.
Where that mental part is like, "Just push through it," and that physical part is like, "Dude, this is not okay." Like, this
Yeah.
is more than just, "Oh, you have aches and pains." This is your injury
Yeah.
talking. And then that takes a mental toll because your
Yep.
body's like mentally, you're like, "Ah,
Yeah.
fuck, I still can't do it."
Right.
So it's learning how to push through both in the right way
Yeah.
of listening to your body in the sense of, "Okay, I know this is my pain because I got hurt, but this isn't I'm exacerbating my pain," kind of
Right.
thing. Yeah.
Right. And
It's tricky.
yeah, and that's one of the things that you kinda have to, how do you overcome that? Where do you walk that line? Is that line, and what side do you teeter towards more? In my opinion, I think you teeter more towards the mental side. If your body's meant or your I mean, more towards the pain side. If your body's in pain, but your mental capacity is sitting there, you need to remind your mental
Listen to your
capacity
body.
and say, "Hey, we don't got this right now, but we will get this.
We
We
don't got this.
will get to a point
Yeah.
where we can do this again."
Well, and for you, it's hard too because even your doctors are like, "Ah, after the imaging, I'm more worried about your spine than your hip." And then you went and saw a
Yeah,
specialist, and they're like, actually, we're more worried about your hip." So it's you're kind of in all over the place. So at the
yeah,
end of the day, I would listen to your body, like you were saying,
mhm,
because your body, those sensations you're feeling,
yeah,
you know yourself well enough and you're old enough to know when it's like, "Oh, this is just me getting old," or, "Oh, I tore my meniscus when I was younger and my knee's aching." Like, "No,
yeah.
this is my body's popping in ways it shouldn't be popping."
Yeah, my labrum seems to be a little bit detached. Can we figure out if that's actually what's going
Yeah,
on?
like, when I was doing a squat earlier today and my knee was like, and I was like,
Yeah.
"Oh, yep, I'm getting old." And then I went
Yeah.
back up, whereas, like, you move off the couch and your hip's like, and we're like,
Yep.
"That's not normal."
Yeah. Your hip should not pop every time.
Every single time you
Your
make a
hip is pop
movement
locking and dropping it every
on
time
its
that
own.
you toot that thing up,
Yeah.
mommy.
But no,
Um,
listening to your body at the end, I think, in your situation, listening to your body, but having the mindset and willpower to know that it's okay to listen to your body.
yeah. Yeah, listening to your body, I think, is a very big aspect that not a lot of people do, you know? I love that I love when they teach medical that what they say is treat the symptoms in the patient, don't treat the numbers, right?
Yeah, that also drives me crazy sometimes too, so don't get me started.
Yeah,
Because treating the symptoms is great, but find the problem. But
yeah,
I see what you're saying, yeah.
but if somebody has
If they're in pain,
perfect so
like
yeah,
in your case, your pain, like, we need to rehabilitate the pain and
yeah,
the symptom, and I think the a big situation of treating the symptom is your hip injury, and obviously we don't dive in that, but yeah, it was like,
yeah,
things look okay," and then it's like, "Well, I'm still having this symptom," and then they not necessarily treated, but they focused on that
yeah,
symptom,
yeah,
and we're like, "Oh, wait,
yeah, yeah,
we need more imaging because something else is going on here."
yeah,
So,
we gotta
yeah,
get imaging here, we
figure
gotta get
things out.
imaging here, you gotta go over to,
So listen to your symptoms.
this place. Yeah, listen to your symptoms. I think a huge thing for that too is while you're sitting there and for me, you know, it's played in my head every so often of I have to keep going.
Mhm.
I've gotta keep going. I don't care if
Just keep swimming.
I don't care if I'm clawing at it, you know, scraping at it, dragging my ass towards it, boots butt scooting towards it,
Boot scooting.
boot scooting,
Just get there. Keep
walking
moving
towards it.
forward.
You have to set yourself up with goals that are particular to what's going on. Because if you don't have something that's particular to what's going on, like the goals that were there before,
Yeah.
those need to be sidelined.
Yeah, you need new goals
You
now
need new
because 'cause you're in
goals
a different your life is different now.
and you need to find something that's achievable.
Right.
If you haven't got there and you need to find structure
Ooh,
within
that's a
that.
good one.
If you haven't got there, you need to sideline that goal and you need to remake new goals. Because if you don't stop making goals for yourself, we talked about this before,
Yeah,
then you're stagnant.
you just become
We
stagnant.
talked about
Yeah,
this.
but I
And
think that was oh, go ahead.
go ahead.
I'll say that was a really good what you just said, and that's something we talk about
Mhm.
together, of that sometimes you have to change your goals.
You gotta change it.
Like, and you point in case right here, like,
Mhm.
your goals there was nothing wrong with the goals you had, but with the events of being slapped in the face, or in your case, hit head on in a car, your goals have to change now
Yeah.
because your life is different now. So instead of sitting there and being like, well, I had goals, but I can't accomplish them because I have broken body parts. Okay, so what's my new goal?
Yeah.
Let's make a new one. So reset your mind in that. So like reset your goal so that your mind can reset.
Well, you're sitting there, don't cry about it.
I mean, you
Like,
could cry a little bit. It's fine.
it's okay to
But
cry,
don't dwell on it.
but don't dwell. But
Yeah.
don't that's what I'm saying, don't cry about it.
Yeah.
Like, you will have that moment where you need to experience that grief. I've talked about walking through emotions, not
Yeah.
jumping over them. Experience that grief, but don't sit there and dwell in that grief. Sit there and find goals, move forward for it, because you are already in pain. You are
Mhm.
already in pain, whether that's emotional pain, whether that's physical pain, or both. get a reward out of it. Make something happen for yourself.
Yeah.
Make something happen
Use it
because
to push yourself.
use it as fuel. Use it as fire.
Mhm. I feel like you're kinda talking to yourself a little bit because you
I
can
am.
hear how passionate you're getting about this. No,
Yes.
but it's good because it just shows other people, all the listeners too, of like, life sucks sometimes, man, but, like, use it to motivate you to do better, or to achieve
Right.
better, find better.
Right.
I think that's really important. So the passion that you can hear in your voice just and that I can see in your face while you're talking,
Yeah.
that's what you need to, like, not sit there and let a hard event drag you down.
In that event, and I'll get unparticular just on my slap in the face or my head-on collision, but, uh, any event that could happen. Like, it's different when, you know, I don't find that people who stub their toe on a random Wednesday morning have the same issue with somebody who just lost their grandfather,
Yeah, so
you know?
everyone's event is gonna be different, but the mindset of like, "All right, reset, allow yourself to grieve, but
Yes.
then don't let it bring you down."
Yes. And you may need to reset, grieve, but you need to figure out how to break that cycle.
Right. Don't let it
Like,
bring you down. Yeah.
don't let it bring you down. You gotta push yourself.
Yeah. I agree.
Because and I think the best way for those goals is when you're finding those goals and you're setting yourself up to get to them, remember you're gonna fail.
Mhm.
Like, you are going to fail regardless. It's did I fail 50 times and learn something? Did I fail forward? Am I slowly getting there?
Yeah.
Evaluate, or am I failing and falling? Am I failing and quitting? Did I set myself up for success, or am I pushing myself, or did I try a little bit?
Yeah, and if you fail, don't go back at it again with the mindset of, "Oh, I'm gonna probably fail this too." Just try. You
Try.
never know until you try.
You never, never know.
And it's like they always say, and it sounds so simple, but it's not always so easy to understand when even if it's a question or like, "Well, should I do it?" Yeah, at least try. What's the worst? It doesn't work out or they tell you no. Okay, then life is still the way it was. Like life is you still are still breathing. You're still moving forward with
No
it.
is the easiest answer to get.
Yeah.
You know why? Because no tells you you didn't do something right. You
Mm.
have self-reflection and you can improve on something. You can go learn more.
Unless you're my kid asking me something and I tell you no, it's probably because 'cause you're not supposed to be doing
That's a
it.
different yeah,
But no,
that's
I know
totally
what you
different.
mean. Yeah.
Yes is so much harder because now you are responsible for what that yes is. That yes means you have accomplished that goal. You're not done. It's time for the next one.
It's time to step up and push yourself more.
It's you might have 10 more goals.
Yeah.
You might have goals that were set upon you because of that yes, and now it's time to go achieve those goals.
Yeah.
It's been a whole ride. This
We're still on it.
stage of this accident has been insane,
Yeah.
absolutely insane,
A
and
lot of reflection.
I definitely think that anybody going through something like this, like I said, emotional or physical pain that they're trying to process and move through, it's hard. Like, it's really hard. Stages of grief are real.
Mhm.
You need somebody to talk to. Thankfully, I've had this amazing woman right next to me to talk to me. Um, but you definitely need somebody to talk to. And having that person to talk to, hopefully that person can sit there and just listen and give you feedback or even just listen. Because getting it out instead of holding it in is
Compartmentalizing it. Yeah.
so, so tough, so tough. So for anybody that's listening to this and going through a hard time or and can't find a way out, I promise you there's a way out. I promise you, you just haven't looked hard enough yet. And
Just keep reflecting. Maybe it's not maybe there's still a little bit to how do I say this? Like, I feel like I said, there's something to learn even through our hard times, so
Mhm.
maybe you're not done learning yet and you have one more thing to learn,
Right.
and then there's that light at the end of the tunnel.
Everything happens for a reason.
Does.
Everything happens for a reason.
And in no way, shape, or form is there a protocol for any reason or
Absolutely
getting
not.
there.
There is no protocol for this.
Not at all.
All right. I wanna thank everybody for listening.
Thank you
Um,
for sharing that journey, and like I
yeah,
said, you could hear the passion in your voice when you were talking about you could tell you've overcome a lot
yeah.
because you could hear it when you were talking and how serious you get, but how passionate you got with that conversation, that you have definitely gone through it. You've gone through the trenches and out and still kind of getting yourself out of there, but
I'm in the
knowing
trenches still, just to let everybody
but
know.
your head's above now,
Yeah,
right? You're taking little body parts at a time.
I'm treading
Next, it's
water.
gonna be shoulders are out of
Yeah,
there.
I'm
So,
treading water right now.
you tread the water, now your head's above the water, and then your shoulders, and we're getting there, you're getting there.
Yeah. So, check us out. Hopefully everybody liked this episode, but, check us out on Instagram. You can listen to us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts. We're getting to YouTube at some point. Maybe you'll be able to watch us. Maybe we'll upload this one. Who knows?
Maybe.
Who knows?
I
Um,
think at one point I smacked my mic with my coffee cup or my teacup.
we've had a day.
It's it's been a day, but it's
We
been a good day.
Yeah. Allie lost a diamond on her. She didn't physically, like, lose it herself, but a diamond fell out of her ring, and so we had to go up north and, get that handled. So she's rocking the silicone ring with me right now.
Well, okay, we went out it was the most like, out of all the diamonds on this ring, it was, like, one of the most minute, like, ones. What is
Yeah.
it? The marquise shaped, she told me,
Yeah.
because I am not a jewelry person, like, I don't know about much about jewelry.
Yeah.
And, we literally went up there and she's like, "Okay, yeah, and some a lot of times we can just have it fixed because they have that big jewelry, you can see it, it's kinda cool,
Yeah,
this
that
shop.
it was actually
It
pretty
was really
awesome,
cool,
yeah.
like, where they have the jeweler in there, and she's like, "Ooh, but this diamond, these are special shapes. We have to send this out, and it's gonna be about 6 weeks till you get your ring back." And I was like, "What?"
Yeah, and we get
And
married in less than 4 months, and she's like, "So, do you guys wanna take a look at, maybe the bands?" And
the
I'm
wedding
like
bands and
I'm like,
his
"Well, I already got 'em picked out," like, and she's like, "Well, by the time you get them resized, and then it's gonna be a few more weeks after that, and then you guys are getting married in, like, 2 months or a month and a
we're
half
like,
or
"Okay,
something
good."
like that," and I was
Yeah.
like, "Uh,"
Yeah, so we went up
and then
there to get my ring was covered under warranty
Yeah.
fixed and walked out spending a couple extra grand on more on
Yes.
wedding bands, but we needed them anyways, and we did get yours picked out finally, so
Yeah, my ring's fucking cool.
it is pretty sick.
I
But,
I had to
yeah.
explain that I wanted to be, like, Greek
I
god
know, it was so
next to
funny.
it.
She's like, "What are you looking for?" And I was like, "No, tell her the explanation that you gave me." And yeah, your explanation was, "I want it to look like the Greek gods made it."
I
I'm like, "What
was
the hell
I
does that
was
even
so
mean?"
particular on what I wanted to do
Yeah,
or what I wanted it to look like, so
but rings are on their way.
yeah, rings are on the way.
Wedding's around the corner.
Yeah,
Buckle up, buttercup.
buckle up.
It's we're headed to the finish line now.
Exactly. Alright, well, thank you everybody for listening, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day.
Toodles.
Cheers.
There is no protocol for this.